The settlement on Carthus 4 was quiet when Sergeant Mark Hale returned from patrol. The war was over, or at least, that was what the politicians said. Yet the scars of battle remained everywhere. Burned forests, shattered cities, and the broken families of both human and alien kind. Mark carried his own scars, though most were invisible. He had fought against the Veeri Dominion, a proud, tall, and once formidable people. Many of them had fallen, but those who survived now lived as refugees, broken remnants of a once great empire. Humanity, surprisingly merciful compared to other conquerors, had offered them shelter within joint settlements. That night, as Mark stripped off his armor in his modest outpost home, he heard a knock. It was soft, hesitant, unlike the usual banging of fellow soldiers. He opened the door and froze. Standing there was a Veeri woman, tall and slender, her skin a pale silver that shimmered faintly under the moons. She wore a long, patched cloak. In her arms clung two small children, their wide eyes reflecting fear and hunger. The woman's face was marked with sorrow, but also with determination. "Human," she said softly, her voice trembling. "I am Lyra. My mate fell in the war. My children have no protector, no home. I will warm your bed if you will take us in. My children need a father." Mark's gut twisted. She was offering herself in desperation, not affection. It wasn't an uncommon sight after wars, defeated peoples bartering their survival with the only thing left to them. But something in her eyes stopped him. She wasn't begging out of weakness. She was pleading out of strength for her children. "You don't have to," Mark began. Lyra shook her head fiercely. "I must. No one else will take us. Your kind does not trust us, and my kind is gone. My children cannot live on charity. They need a roof, food, someone who will protect them. If this is the price, then I will pay it." Mark glanced at the children. Thin, malnourished, yet clinging tightly to their mother with trust. They reminded him of his sister's kids back on Earth. He could not, in good conscience, turn them away. "Come inside," he said simply. That night, Mark gave them food, blankets, and space. The children fell asleep quickly, curled together like fragile animals finally safe. Lyra sat by the small fire, her eyes watching him with suspicion and wariness. "You are different," she murmured finally. "Others look at me and see only the enemy. You look at me as if I am still a person." Mark shrugged. "Because you are. The war's over. I'm not here to hurt you. I won't take payment from you, Lyra." "Not like that." She tilted her head, confusion flickering across her alien features. "Then why help me?" He looked into the fire. "Because someone has to. Because children shouldn't pay for the sins of war." Silence stretched, but it wasn't uncomfortable. Slowly, Lyra's rigid posture softened. For the first time in years, she felt the weight of constant fear ease off her shoulders. Days turned to weeks. Lyra cooked meals with alien herbs she foraged, filling the home with scents Mark had never known. The children laughed again, chasing each other through the settlement, their fear melting into mischief. Mark found himself smiling more, the heaviness of war lifting bit by bit. But not everyone approved. Other humans muttered that he was sheltering the enemy. Some even warned him that he was being manipulated. Mark ignored them. He saw the truth in the way Lyra guarded her children, in the way she worked tirelessly to earn their keep, in the quiet strength of her presence. One evening, as the children slept, Lyra approached him by the fire again. She lowered herself beside him, closer than before. "You refused me that night," she said softly. "You could have claimed me, as others would. Yet you did not. Why? Mark met her gaze. Her silver eyes glimmered with something more than desperation now. There was gratitude, and perhaps something else. Because I don't want someone to share my bed out of debt, he said. If it happens, it should be because we both want it. Not because you feel you must. Lyra was silent for a long moment. Then she reached out, her fingers brushing his hand. And if I want it now, not out of fear, not out of survival, but because I see who you are. Mark's breath caught. He had faced alien warlords and death itself without hesitation. Yet this simple touch disarmed him completely. He closed his hand gently over hers. Then I'd be honored. From that night on, their bond was no longer one of survival, but of choice. The children began calling him father, in their lilting tongue, and Lyra's gaze no longer held sorrow, but warmth. In a galaxy fractured by war, whispers spread of a human soldier who had taken in an alien widow and her children, not as spoils of war, but as family. And in that quiet settlement on Carthus IV, beneath alien moons, love grew where no one expected it. For when the alien widow came to his door with her desperate plea, "I will warm your bed, human. My children need a father," the human did not see an enemy. He saw a chance to heal. And together, they built a future worth fighting for.